it was like a 25-year sentence for having a private
Oh my God, that
business.
is so crazy.
So it was illegal, and our house was raided more than once, but our neighbors and friends let us know that they were coming, and we put everything we had through the backyard, so thank God she was never caught.
Wow.
She did it for 8 years. That's how long it took us to come here legally.
Welcome to another episode of Against All Odds. I'm your host, Yris Palmer, and if you are from Southern California, the chances of you walking into a Porto Bakery is pretty high. The family-owned Cuban bakery and cafe now has 6 locations scattered throughout the region, with the 7th one opening in downtown Disney very soon. Here to talk to us about Porto's becoming such a beloved bakery is co-owner Beatriz Porto. Hi, Beatriz.
Hi.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I can't wait to hear the story of Porto's because I personally love it. And before we get right into the story, I have a little icebreaker that I do with zodiac signs. And I hear you are a Leo.
Yeah, babe, I'm a Leo.
I love Leos, by the way.
100%.
Okay, so I'm going to read you some Leo characteristics, and you tell me if it resonates with you or not. Your signature traits are you are confident, you are radiant, main character energy. She doesn't chase, she attracts. Your red flags are you guys are low-key competitive. Green flags are passionate, protective, and will make you feel like a king or a queen.
You got it right on the...
Yes.
Everything that you said.
Yeah, I love that.
It's crazy.
Thank you so much for coming on here and
you.
sharing your story.
Thank
I'm
you.
truly a fan. I Uber Eats Porto's to my house, and it's like 75 minutes to get to my house.
Oh,
but
my God.
wow, what you guys have done and how amazing the food and everything taste.
Thank you.
Wow. So let's get into your family story. Everything started with your mom, right?
Long story.
Rosa.
Yep.
Yes.
The matriarch.
Who was the brains behind it.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your mom, who's no longer with us.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
She was an amazing woman. She never took no for an answer. She said in life, every obstacle is an opportunity to learn. My daughter asked her, do you ever look back? And she said, I never did. So, I mean, it's funny because she comes from a family of very strong women. So back in Cuba in the 1940s, her mother had a business and ran small businesses, but she grows up in this kind of an environment where women are doing things that are not the usual, right? But she was lucky enough to get an education. She had a bachelor's degree. And then when she was 25 years old, she goes back to her town and she starts working with in an office that are distributing coffee. But she's the only woman in that office. She's 25 years old. She does payroll. She purchases. She does everything. So what a learning, place for a 25-year-old to be right out of school.
Yeah.
So she learned how the business side of what could be later, something that she would use in her own, business. So she had a lot of positive things when she got to to America, and then in Cuba she did work illegally because it was illegal to have a private business. So when she was let go, my dad was taken to a labor camp away from home. So here's a woman raising 3 children, no job, nobody cared whether you survive or not.
Yeah.
So neighbors and friends and family started telling her, she was self-taught. She made cakes for us to baptize our dolls and birthday parties. So I told her, why don't you start doing this? And she started doing cakes, but it was hard because everything was rationed. So let's say you wanted my mother to make you a cake. You would have to bring all the ingredients. So the whole family would bring eggs and things for my mom to make a cake. Then after the cake was done, you would pay her with beans, bartering, chicken, whatever. You couldn't buy anything with the money that you got. So money wasn't worth anything. And the worst part is she would have been caught. It was like a 25-year sentence for having a private
Oh my God, that
business.
is so crazy.
So it was illegal. And our house was raided more than once. But our neighbors and friends let us know that they were coming. And we put everything we had through the backyard. So thank God she was never caught.
Wow.
She did it for 8 years. That's how long it took us to come here legally.
So she had no formal training with
No.
And her recipes were all hers that she would just...
No, she never cooked until she got married.
That's so funny.
25 years old. Her recipes, remember, her mom was a businesswoman. So her mom wasn't cooking.
Yeah.
Her cooking and her recipes are from her grandmother.
Wow.
And I found that out because one time I went to eat at my aunt's, her sister in New Jersey, and she made a, ropa vieja dish, and I go, my God, this tastes exactly like my mother's. Well, it was all the grandmother's recipe, but my mother loved food, even in her 80s.
What was your mom's sign?
Virgo.
Virgo. Okay.
Very, very perfectionist. Didn't like to joke around much.
Yeah.
She was very serious, but stubborn, and just, when she set her mind to doing something.
Virgos are very hardworking.
Nobody stopped her. There was nothing stopping her.
In 1976, the first Porto's Bakery store opened in Echo Park.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Of course, I remember.
Tell me the beginning. How was it stressful? What was it?
Well, she had been working at the house. We got here in 1971. She worked out of the house until 1976. So she started doing cakes, quinceañeras for friends and families. Pretty soon, all the people, we were close to Children's Hospital. All the Mexicans, Salvadorians, the Filipinos start coming to my house, and she has no space. There was no space. We were living in a 2-bedroom apartment. She would flip cakes on top of her beds, cover them with sheets, and would come home from a movie, and we couldn't go to bed. So she did all that, and then we got lines of people coming to the house. She made an album. Pretty soon, she fixed the garage. She started making the potato balls and the meat pies.
The famous potato
and
balls.
The guava cheese, and not the guava cheese, the guavas, tamales, chicken salad. So she started doing a lot of stuff, and then she ran out of space, and we were living right there in that area.
Did she ever talk to you guys about you guys eventually taking over the business? Or
No, it's funny because they're typical immigrants.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be lawyers and doctors and professionals.
Yes.
She never thought the small little mom and pop 300 square feet was going to go anywhere. So when she opened, she was just making cakes. And then my brother, in those days, the companies that sell you flour would sell you technicians.
Yeah.
So I started learning from them. And we were in a predominantly Mexican area. So my brother was making conchas, cubiletes, all the best Mexican things that you can imagine. He was making them, plus her Cuban stuff. It was hard to begin. We got a loan. We couldn't get a loan. We needed $5,000. And a friend of hers that she made his daughter's wedding cake, it was Bank of America, gave us a loan. He took a chance and gave us a loan for $5,000. And the rest is just hard work and just being at the right time too, being lucky.
Yeah. What happened to the Echo Park location?
The Echo Park locations of that area now, right now, is a beautiful area. All kinds of restaurants in around 1880, the Mariel and all that. They started bringing people across from us. There was also a bar, and people with chains and motorcycles.
Oh, okay.
So my father didn't feel we were safe. So we're coming out at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. We're high schoolers helping my mom, and he just didn't feel like that was a good area for us to raise us. So then something came up in Glendale. And so we moved to Glendale. And this is like now a white area. There's no Latino bakeries. There's nothing. But there are a lot of Cubans living in Glendale and Atwater. And so the streets were closed when we bought when we went there and bought the bakery. The streets were closed, but people would come through the back because we had a clientele that would walk through all the flour, all the cakes.
I was that clientele. I had all my retail jobs were at the Glendale Galleria.
Did you?
So I used to go to
I remember what that break in the street brand was. Detrimental to some business. We survived.
Yeah.
We thrived in Glendale, and then they built the 330 building. That's the first skyscraper that came to Glendale. They moved us across the street. And then later on, we bought our first building, and then we expanded to, and it was Numero Uno Pizza. We bought them out, opened the wall, knocked the wall down, and what you see now.
Yeah.
And that's our first property that we ever bought.
Your family now has 6 locations.
6 locations, and we own most of the real estate.
That's amazing.
Except Disney.
It's coming. What's made the biggest difference in scaling the business and opening more locations?
What's made the biggest difference? I mean, we still think about it as we're not a mom and pop. And of course, we have to change a lot of things. But in our core,
It's still a family,
it's
small
a family.
business. Yes.
So we have already 5 kids, third generation. I went to school, got master's, culinary school, and now they're joining us. So we're hoping that Porto's is here for many, many years. But, we still think of ourselves as a family. If you'd ask my mom, people would say, "Oh my God, you made all this money." It was never about for her.
Never about the money.
She will always say, "You know what? It's about having 3 kids that are decent people, working together as a family, and then raising the kids." But I mean, she thought at the beginning that we were going to do. I got a master's. I was going to go to law school, and then in the 82, there was no jobs for lawyers.
Yeah.
There was no personal injuries. There was none of that. So at the end, we fell in love with the business without realizing, and we stayed. And when we stay behind 3 people with degrees, that's when the actual growth begins. And my brother was an economic major, and he's a businessman. He's the one that's came out like my mother, always thinking ahead. He's ahead of the game. He doesn't wait for things to come down the pipe or, the minimum is going up. We are on it 2 years before it happens.
God, your mom must be so proud.
She was very proud. Again, she was proud of what we've done as a decent family working together. Not so much about the money. It was always, and people don't realize that. People think that we're home doing nothing.
Yeah.
We all work at the bakery.
Yeah.
We all go to the bakery. We're there, hands-on, because for me, it's a passion.
Yeah.
It
shows. It shows. I've never ordered Porto's and it doesn't taste good. It's very consistent without everything.
That was the biggest challenge, is consistency. But we buy the best products from all over the world. We do so much volume that we're able to maintain the prices, because we were always conscious of who the clientele was at the beginning.
Knowing your audience.
Families with a budget, and we wanted them to be able to come in and enjoy, themselves without breaking their bank. So that's the biggest thing that we work on: quality, but also pricing. It's very hard.
Yeah, Porto's is known for having long lines. Your customers are willing to wait.
Yes.
Why do you feel like that sets you apart?
I think they feel the love, they feel the family, and they know that, they're families that come to us. We don't have people most of the time on a Saturday, it'll be 6 or 7 people. So it's a place that they can go, that's still affordable, that they can count, and they can feel the love that we put into everything. I can't tell you how many pictures I take on a daily basis when I'm at the bakery.
Yeah.
I'm like a movie star. They all want to take pictures.
I love that.
Because they think that, oh my God, you're the owner.
Yeah.
And they want to be close to you. And I'm accessible. I'm there. So they know we're still there, and that they can count on the family to give them, what they expect.
Yeah.
So it's a labor of love. It's not just a business. But think about it. We see 23 million people a year.
Wow.
Between all the bakeries. So we touch a lot of lives. We give a lot of love. I get people coming in with pictures. "Oh, you made my mother's wedding cake, and now I want you to make my wedding cake." So how special is that?
That's so special.
How many people can be in that kind of a business?
Yeah, no. And now you guys are opening a location in downtown Disney. Congratulations.
They invited us.
I was just about to ask, how did that come about?
You don't just open there.
Yeah.
They have to come and invite you. I think they wanted to have people that had a name in Southern California. So, we're working with them. It's moving along. It's a longer process. There's more to it. We're going to have a full bar, which we never had before. And we're going to have, like a restaurant. Not only the bakery, but restaurant. There's a lot of people that go there that want to have dinner.
Yeah.
And not just buy pastries.
Wow.
So it's very exciting. It's new.
I feel like Disney is so big for you guys. What was the process like when they reached out to you guys?
My brother knows a lot of people because he's been in the food business so long. Connections, and probably somebody, maybe a city manager, came and put the meeting together because Disney was interested. And then they talked to my brother. He's the one that had all the conversations. He's the one that has now a pass to go in there. He's showing it off. But it was all through him. People approaching him, and people that knew of us. We've been doing this for 45 years, so they know who we are.
Yeah.
And they probably see a lot of people with our bags eating in the outside area. And they're like, okay, we're missing out on the opportunity of people us making money on
it's
that.
genius.
Yeah.
It's actually
For
genius.
this, and it's because we do have a lot, they have areas where you can eat outside. I mean, the store in Buena Park, we get the biggest breakfast because before they go to Disney or before they go to, there's the other one that...
Knott's Berry Farm.
Knott's Berry Farm is like 3 blocks. So that store sells the biggest breakfast. And it's because they go to the bakery before going to the parks.
Yeah.
So they do the same thing with Disneyland. So they probably thought, let's just bank on this, Now we're going to have to sell it and they're going to make money.
I'm so excited for you guys to be at Disney. I will be stopping by before I take my kids to Disneyland. When will the doors open?
We maybe 28, 27, I don't know. Again, it's hard because every time you think you're getting ahead, we find something else.
Yeah, no,
that's not in the plans.
I can imagine it's such a process,
Things
especially with
the
Disney.
Ground that we didn't know even were there, and then we're digging, and oh my God, now we got to get more plans and more things. So, but it'll be worth it at the end, just the recognition that we'll get.
Do you think that you guys will be forever family owned?
I hope so. I mean, it's like my brother says, it's up to those kids. We have 7 children between all of us, and they have an education, and they come in to the bakery. We just grew up in the bakery. We had nothing to prove. They have it harder because they come in. Every bakery has 300 employees. There's 300 people looking at them for leadership. So they have to know more than we knew when we started. That's why they have to get an education. They got to work in the food business. So, they have to be nice. They have to be leaders. And, you lead by example. So far, it's working out really well for us. People like them.
And you guys have never thought or explored about selling a portion of it? Nothing?
No. If they all want to take it over, there's no point.
Yeah.
We just,
Are you guys planning to expand to other locations, like outside of...
Right now, I know that they're talking about Ontario, too.
Okay.
Really
what about other countries or like...
The thing is, again, we don't want it... I mean, I wouldn't want the family to break up and go all over the place.
Yeah.
But we have something called Bake at Home. And the whole point of Bake at Home is that anybody in New York and Florida, all over the United States, can order the bakery pastries. We even sell cakes now. We send cakes, mango mousse, the chocolate mousse, the most iconic things, like the potato balls, the cheese rolls, the guava cheese. That's shipped to your house. And that got really big during COVID. We went from doing 280 orders a day to 3,000 something. So now we ship
because I feel like for the people that can't come here,
we ship
they
it to
need
them.
to experience.
And it's so... It tastes exactly like you're eating it at my mom's kitchen or at the bakery.
No way.
It's the same thing. It's the same product. We control it. We make it. All you do is when you get home, look at your instructions and bake it whenever you want to. And that's a lot easier than opening another bakery and hiring 300 people. And
how old are the kids now?
In their 30s.
They're in their 30s.
In their 30s. Yeah.
And so are you guys having these conversations with them?
Oh, yeah. We have, And there's... We're getting help from an outside source about legacy and what's coming and who's going to be doing what. And
it's truly incredible what you guys have done.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we hope that they want to continue the legacy. I mean, they were raised by my mom. When my mother retired, it was to raise 7 children in her house with 3 caregivers that helped her. So we would drop them in the morning. When we picked them up late at night, their homework was done. They were bathed. They ate already. We couldn't have done it without her because we would just be at the bakery. We had no life. My brother and my sister, the life was growing the business. We were there. I used to work 7 and then 6 days a week. Now I'm down to 5.
Wow.
But I mean, it's without having her raising the children.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
Yeah. The 3rd generation, you're basically putting them in position right now.
Right.
To see who's the right candidate for each.
Well, I mean, they all will have a role. Hopefully, they'll do what they have a passion for. Like in our case, my brother went to business. He talks to the lawyers and the accountants. He finds the places. My sister followed my mother's footsteps. So she had the whole decorating department, the wedding cake department, which is based out of Glendale. And tell you, before COVID, she was making 62 wedding cakes on a weekend.
Oh, my God.
There's no bakery in the United States.
62?
62. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We had 13 guys delivering them. Then COVID came. And I got to do what I love the most, which is I go to schools, I lecture, I work with all the nonprofits. I don't know if you know this, but every baker is tied to a homeless shelter.
Oh, I didn't know
that.
that.
So at the end of the day, every piece of pastry that's left goes to a shelter. And the biggest,
God bless you guys. That's amazing.
The biggest one is the Los Angeles Rescue Union Mission. According to the CEO, he just told me we feed 1,000 people on a daily basis there.
Wow.
So, I mean, we touch a lot of lives. And so the other one, we're committed to Children's Hospital and Altamed, because we have a lot of customers that can benefit from them. And when you do fundraising, you need to have your team. Your team has to have a passion for what you're doing.
Yeah.
And they all are good about Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
They all want to help.
Yeah.
But the food is beautiful because, my mother as a cook, she was always repurposing. We would eat, if something was left, she would do 100 different things with it. And so, in bakeries, you make pudding out of breadcrumbs, breadcrumbs go into potato balls. There's a lot of recycling. So that was beautiful. That relationship started 15 years ago. And we couldn't be more proud. And it makes you feel good.
Makes you feel
you
so
don't throw
full.
things at the trash. Somebody else is going to, get some nourishment. And, and it starts with food, right? All starts. Food is love.
So I like to end every episode by dropping a gem. You've dropped many, but can you give us something, a gem or a piece of advice that you would love to leave our listeners with?
When it comes to
life,
women,
business, anything.
I'm big on education. And I always tell, I do a lot of lecturing to women and women events or whatever. I always tell them, women have a hard job because not only are they going to open their business, they're going to have to raise a family too. I always tell them, go to school because it doesn't matter what you end up getting. The ability to stand up in front of you and be able to talk to you comes from the fact that I had an education. So get an education, and then before you decide to open a business, have your life in check. Have a partner that's supportive. Make sure that you have somebody like my mother that's going to take care of your kids, because once you open the business, that business is going to own you for many, many years.
Yeah, that's your baby.
That's your baby. So you have to then have the network that you need to stay focused and to then be able to sacrifice, because all businesses, when you start a business, it's all about sacrifices. You make a lot of personal sacrifices that you'll never get those moments back, but it's a choice that you make.
I couldn't agree with you more. That is some real advice. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me today. Your story is incredible. Your family story is incredible. Your food is amazing.
Thank you.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you guys next week. Against All Odds is a Hyphenate Media Group production in partnership with iHeart's My Cultura Podcast Network. For more of your favorite shows, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.